Hello everyone, I am Sai Ganesh, Assistant Professor, Wise Engineering College. Today in this section, we will discuss about limits and continuity. First of all, we have to learn some important properties of limits and as well as some shortcut tricks. These are very useful to solve the problem in very lesser time. So let us see the properties of limits. The first property is limit x tends to 0, sin x by x is equal to 1, because sin x is approximately is equal to x whenever the x tends to 0. Same as limit x tends to 0, x by sin x is also equal to 1, because of the same reason. Sin x is approximately equal to x. So based on this reason, so some of other properties are limit x tends to 0, tan x by x is equal to 1, limit x tends to 0, x by tan x is equal to 1, and limit x tends to 0, sin inverse of x is equal to 1, and so on. So the next property is limit x tends to 0, e power x minus 1 by x is equal to 1. Since e power x minus 1 is approximately equal to x, then limit x tends to 0, e power x minus 1 by x is equal to 1. And limit x tends to 0, a power x minus 1 by x is equal to. So this gives log a to the base e. So let us see the sum of other properties. Limit x tends to 0, log 1 plus x by x is equal to 1, or limit x tends to 0, x by log 1 plus x is equal to again 1. So limit x tends to 0, log 1 minus x by x is equal to minus 1. Same as limit x tends to 0, x by log 1 minus x is also equal to minus 1. And the last property is limit x tends to a, x power n minus a power n by x minus a, which becomes n into a power n minus 1. These are the some of the important properties to solve the limits in shortcut way. So let us see the problems regarding this concept. So this is the first problem. Limit x tends to 0, e power x minus 1 whole square by sin x by k into log 1 plus x by 4, that is equal to 12. Then find the value of k. Here it is the k. Now we have to find the value of k. So we know that here the limit tends to x tends to 0. Whenever the limit x tends to 0, e power x minus 1 is approximately is equal to x. Same as sin x by k is approximately is equal to x by k. Already we have discussed properties in previous. And log 1 plus x by 4, this is equal to x by 4. Approximately is equal to x by 4. So by substituting these values into the above equation, then limit x tends to 0, e power x minus 1 is approximately x. So that's why x square by sin x by k, that is approximately equal to x by k, into log 1 plus x by 4, that is approximately equal to x by 4. So here x square, that is equal to 12. So x square the x into x square cancel each other. Then so here denominator 4k is goes to numerator. Then 4k is equal to 12. So there is no x term in the above expression. So that's why limit x tends to 0 is there is no use about this limits. So that's why I am written 4k is equal to 12. So from this k is equal to 3. This is the our answer. That means option C is the right answer for this question. This question is asked in JEE Mains in 2017. So there are several ways to solve this problem. But we have to choose a very simplest way because of time is very important in MCET competitive exam. So let's see the next problem. Limit x tends to 0, 1 minus cos 2x of 3 plus cos x by x tan 4x. That is equal to, we have to find the answer for that question. So here are the options. A is equal, option A 1, 2, 3, 4. So to solve this problem, first of all we have to know the properties of limits. So before that we know that 1 minus cos 2x, 1 minus cos 2x, this is equal to 2 sin square x. This formula studied in the trigonometrics. So substitute 1 minus cos 2x is equal to 2 sin square x in the above equation. So limit x tends to 0, 2 sin square x of 3 plus cos x by x tan 4x. Now we know sin square x. So already we discussed properties. Sin x is approximately equal to x whenever x tends to 0. Same as tan 4x is equal to 4x. So by substituting the properties in the above equation, limit x tends to 0, 2 sin x is x, so sin square x is 2x square, 3 plus cos x by x tan 4x is approximately is equal to 4x whenever x tends to 0. So x into 4x. So here x square and x square cancel each other. So 2, 4. 2 times cancel each other. Finally the remaining term is limit x tends to 0, 3 plus cos x by 2. But we know that limit x tends to 0. Substitute x value 0 in the cos x. Cos 0 is equal to 1. So the answer becomes 3 plus 1 by 2. That is equal to 2. So here it is the right answer for this question.